Yo, what's good, America? This your boy Yusef Hood. Just wanted to holler at y'all real quick. Definitely got the bad news that Kobe Bryant died in a in a helicopter accident with his daughter. Gianna is her name, and she was 13 years old. Apparently, he lived in Newport Beach, California, and he was flying to the Staples Center in LA where he was doing some kind of training with his daughter. She's a young basketball player, just like he was. And so, for being a great legendary hooper and a five-time champ and gold medal winner and MVP, he definitely deserved his accolades. He definitely deserved his his name to be remembered because he put a lot of work in and stuff. They got stories from other ball players that talk about his work ethic and how hard he goes at stuff that he was doing, and hooping was definitely one. And I'm still a hooper. I hoop still to this day. You know what I mean? And I've been looking forward for the weather to get right in Chicago so I can go straight out there and hoop around. I got a spot where I hoop. It's right off the lakefront. I love how I feel. I love running. You know what I'm saying? I love, working on my skills again every single year. So if you've seen some of my videos in the past, that's what I do. And so I always got, just like any person that hoop, you got your Kobe shot. You know what I'm saying? And so, for instance, you got your Jordan shot, or you got your Magic Johnson shot. This is just your Larry Bird shot. This is just how most or some basketball players, or at least me, the way I grew up, that's how we grew up. So you would be hooping, and then you'd be like saying, when do you come into the rim? You say, "Oh, Jordan," the way you going up, or you shooting like Kobe used to shoot, like in the perimeter, like right, not too far away from the rim, and he would score relentless on people, man. If you paid attention to him, he always got within about 10 feet of the rim. He pop on it, pew, 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 killing them, winning, scoring titles, and just doing the most. And so that was one thing that I always took and seeing him. And I remember one time when he had won the title, and he's about to sit down at the end of the game, end of the season. He won the title, and he's about to sit in the chair. And he was sitting down to get ready to talk to the reporters, and he was like, his body was just aching from hooping all year, then going straight into the finals. So it was just like, you know what I mean? I remember him being just definitely a hard-working guy. And he deserved all the accolades. I know it's early, so they don't know what really happened with the plane. And I was thinking to myself, I said, could money have killed him? Could being rich be the reason why Kobe died? Because what if he was just a regular dude and had to get to the Staples Center by driving a vehicle? But he wasn't. He was a legend. Or what if he was just a regular dude and was like, hey, we're going to get there. It might take us 2 hours to drive, but we're in the car. But he's so rich, it's like, yo, we flying on the plane. And they've been saying he been flying the plane there for 10 years. 10 years? What the hell is wrong with your helicopter? He been riding the helicopter for 10 years. So it's like, what is wrong with your helicopter? What went wrong? And I'm like, me, on a personal note, it'd be tough for me to, especially if I'm that rich. Do you know how many people you got to trust? You got to trust the pilot. You got to trust the people who keep the plane overnight when you out living your other life and you ain't riding around. I'm sorry, the plane, I keep saying plane, but your helicopter. You got to trust the people who work at the hangar. You got to trust the janitor, the security people overnight. You literally have to trust so many people. This is a company that I'm sure that he's renting a helicopter from, so you got to trust all the people who work there, whoever they are. It's just a lot of people that you got to trust to have a helicopter or have that in your privacy, unless it's like I remember when I had a job years ago in my 20s, and we were riding way away from the inner city where the black people live in Chi-Town. We live in, this is way out in the suburbs. I don't even know what suburb, but we just driving around, and literally it was a helicopter sitting on somebody's yard. Like it wasn't a big old, one that they got like in the army, but it was like a regular helicopter on the front yard, not even in the back, like on the front yard. You could see that he had landed it right on the yard. And it was a helicopter. We riding past in the car like, what the fuck? Man, I ain't never seen shit like that at this time in my life. How rich you gotta be to have a fucking helicopter sitting on your front porch, on your front yard, that when you walk outside the crib, you just put. So that's what I was thinking when somebody said that he got a helicopter, that he's driving himself. He's flying it. But no, he probably got a team of people that do it. He probably got professional as hell. These people probably been flying for years. But these are the people you gotta trust. And do the money make them trustworthy, or do the friendship that you might have make you trust them? That's the question you gotta ask, man. It's like all these people you gotta trust in order for this. What is it? Are they trustworthy because you're paying them? And then they say, hey, I'm not gonna do nothing negative towards this thing because I'm taking care of my family. But maybe it wasn't nothing nefarious that happened. Maybe it was just literally some bad, you know, machine. The machine just didn't work out. You don't know. I mean, but it's horrible that you lose your life and then they had to go back and try to figure out exactly what happened to him. And, you know, his daughter died. She's 13. She didn't get a chance to live her life. And I'm not familiar with his personal life as far as how many kids he got and stuff like that. I'm hearing he had 4 kids. So, and I'm hearing that he got kids that's so young that they didn't even really get a good chance to know him as a father. So it's like, I don't know if that's true because I really didn't follow him that far as his personal family life. But I definitely followed him in the basketball because that was my era as I'm getting older. And like I say, I'm hooping throughout my life. I'm not like no NBA hooper, but I'm like, I play ball just like some people might jog or whatever, or I don't know, do pull-ups or whatever the hell they do. It's like I'm into hooping, so I make sure throughout the year that I get a couple of weeks in where I go every single day, and I just have fun with that. That's just like a personal thing, because it's almost like, for me with hooping, it's like starting off rusty. Like you shooting it, you missing it, you can't get a shot in, you trying your best. It's like boom, 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 knocking off the rim, knocking off the basketball, off the backboard. And then all of a sudden, after going after it, you start hitting. And then it's a funny thing about basketball, and this is the part I love. It gets to a moment after you've been practicing and doing everything where you can't miss. And that's the part that is so exhilarating. You can shoot it any way you want to. You can shoot it one arm like that. And then it'll literally go way over there. It'll go in. It'll shock you. You'll be like, what the, oh my God, that went in? What in the hell? So imagine I probably get to play ball like every 2 or 3 months. You know, maybe a couple of weeks out of the months. It's not like I'm hooping year round. You know, I just still love basketball. And Kobe and them shooting every single day, every single year, every single day, every single hour when they in the season come around. So these dudes was like playing at a level that's so up there, and then he was able to even overtake even those dudes, which is his peers. He was even better than them. You know what I'm saying? So it became, especially before LeBron got in the game, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. It was just like that. And then finally LeBron came in, and you know the NBA want to make money off the hype of him being a player. So it's all like, hey, LeBron. Yeah, Kobe, we get back to you. LeBron. Yeah, Kobe, we heard you. I know. LeBron. So they made their money off LeBron. I think he got like $1 billion or something like that off his signing bonus from Nike and everything. So he made this bonus, and then Kobe was like older, you know, 30-something on his way out. So it was like my era had to always remember Kobe because he was the LeBron of my era. So then, and obviously Jordan was before him, which was also my era because I'm old. But in make a long story short, now they got a new kid that's in the game called Zion. He's like 20, 19, 21, something like that. Just fresh in the game. He just literally played his second game a couple of days ago. So now the industry is the same thing that happened to LeBron, to Kobe is happening to LeBron. And it's like, oh, LeBron, yeah, we know, hold on. Oh my God, Zion, we heard you, LeBron, we know, just hold on. It's Zion. LeBron, just give us a second. Look, what in the hell? We got Zion. So it's going to be like in a minute, LeBron is like 36, 33, 35 now. I don't know his exact age, but it's like he's on his way out, and then the whole industry and all attention is going to go towards this kid, Zion. He might even play Kobe a few times before. He might even play LeBron a few times before LeBron fully retire. But this is how the industry works. You know, the new guy come up, and they kind of like push the old guy out to the side, even though he was a legend. And that's just how it goes. So, you know, Kobe is going to be missed. Kobe is like one of the better players. He definitely had a work ethic. The stories that people talk about him is like amazing how he worked out so hard. And he got an Oscar for putting out a documentary, which I'm sure that's going to be promoted in a minute. And you'll be hearing a lot about that Oscar documentary he made. It was a short documentary, but he got an Oscar for that. So, but I remember when I was a young dude, in my 20s, I guess. Kobe was dropping mixtapes, rap mixtapes, and that was just so funny because this is what I'm saying. He didn't care. He didn't do it like, okay, now I rap. Now I got a rap career. He did it because, yo, I can afford studio time. I'm rich. I rap just like y'all rap, so let's do it. And then he dropped 1 or 2 mixtapes. I don't know how many exactly, but I remember that being the thing that happened. Even Shaq dropped mixtapes as I was a young guy. So, I mean, this is what I'm saying about somebody who made sure he dabbled in every single facet of life, and he used the money. He spoke 9 languages. Can you imagine that? Speaking 9 languages. So when I'm talking to tourists, a lot of times when I'm selling products to tourists in Chicago, I remember that Kobe Bryant speaks 9 languages. So while you got people walking past you in every direction from China, Korea, Poland, Italy, Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico, you name a place, Johannesburg, Finland, Holland. You got people from every walk of life, from every world. So when they speak and talk to you, Middle Eastern people, we get from Dubai, the United Emirates. I mean, literally every single human in every single walk of life come right past you. So to know 1 word, to know 2 words from their culture, I thought it was offensive because I didn't know if you said gracias or adios or something like that, that you're not. I thought that was being offensive because I'm from the South Side. All I did is grow up around black people. I didn't know. So sometimes if I hear a white person or a Spanish person try to talk black, I'll be like, oh, what the fuck is you doing? Like you're supposed to talk like y'all talk, but it's not like that. But my father would tell me, no, it's not like that. If you know 1 or 2 words in their culture, they look at that as a compliment. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you got French people with au revoir and oui. I don't know much. 1 or 2 words, it's not many words. And I've been kind of using Google Translate to help me try to memorize some stuff, because as you talk to people, it's better to talk to them, especially about the name of the money that they actually have. So, but back to Kobe. That's one of my heroes in my life, even though he was younger than me. They say he's 41. And I'm like, what? That's like 5 years younger than me. I'm 46. I didn't even know that. Can you imagine that? Having a person that you looked up to that was actually younger than you. And that's crazy because his work ethic was so amazing. Like, he worked out. You could see he did it because when he was on the court, he dominated everybody. Like, he couldn't miss. He could not miss. When he took the ball, he dunked, and he went crazy out there, man. He went crazy on the basketball court. And, I mean, for years. It wasn't like 1 year and then he was on and then that was it. I'm talking about years went by. They had to stack guys against him on other teams to try to knock him out because he would be dominating until he got older and it was time for him to just go ahead and leave. So that's all I got, man. I just want to talk to y'all about Kobe Bryant. I looked up to him. I saw him as a legend, a basketball legend, a legendary person, a hero, and I'm going to miss him as a baller. You know what I mean? And that's my opinion on him and his life. And I'm sad that his daughter died. I know the mother is just going through it to lose 2 family members all at once. I mean, it's like, it's so horrible. And then there's national, international news. And then, so that all got to play out. I'm sure they're going to sue the company and get some kind of compensation for what happened and why did they die. Obviously the helicopter is going to be owned by some company, and that company is going to be responsible for the malfunction or the making sure the plane didn't malfunction. The company is going to be responsible for that. So they're going to figure that out. I'm sure since it was a flying plane, the NTSB going to be involved too. But it's literally, I found out about it like 2, maybe 3 hours ago. So I just wanted to talk about it on the blog real quick. So I should send my respects to his family. And, that's it, man. You only got 1 life to live, so try to give it your all and be the best you and focus and chase your individual goal no matter what nobody say. Because at the end of the day, when you're gone, that's it. That's all you had, and everything you leave here is what's going to be left. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, it won't be enough. You wish you could leave even more. You know what I'm saying? So chase your goals. And that's all I got.